Doing good.
Doing good, just trying to get all offers accepted, and that's harder than heck.
Yeah, I'm just looking for houses for my buyer, so I'm down south here and I'm just having a heck of time. But they're in that weird range where they're trying to go to that single level living and still under 200,000. So
No, good luck on that.
yeah, it's been a process. They have a fantastic home and their home will go right away, but we got to find them a home first. Any other buyer needs or listings coming up that anybody wants to talk about?
I've got buyer needs. I've got like 8 buyers that are looking for homes, but all of them are, in that $220,000 to $250,000 range. And there's just nothing out there. I mean, that's a fair townhome. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
If you can find one.
Yeah, and
That's
everybody
about it.
thought that it was going to be so much different, even with all the interest and everything. But I think part of it is a lot of the sellers, it's kind of that snowball effect. A lot of the sellers are scared to put it on the market because they're like, oh, we're not going to get a good offer. Or they also need to sell their own home. So they're like trying to find their own home. And it's that snowball effect happening here. And that's making inventory really low.
And nothing to do about that except keep moving forward.
Exactly. So we are working on getting some, I know people have asked about a commercial, like kind of commercial basic. I mean, Randy can, but we really like to open it up to other agents as they're in that a lot more. We'll be sending out an email to see if anybody's interested in kind of hosting that. Otherwise, anybody else have any suggestions of what they'd like to see on these meetings in the morning?
Like a topic for me would just be, who do you order signs from? What do they cost? What do they look like? Do you have pictures? Do we have like a place that, for instance, that you can like take the images like of a arrow or something and make it bigger, smaller, change the color, change the open house sign in the middle of it, stuff like that. I just kind of throwing it out there.
Yeah, we do actually. I actually had that queued up to talk about today. Yeah, because we kind of had an open topic today. But actually on our agent page, you can either do nationalrealty.com agent portal, or you can do NRG100.com, and it'll actually just forward you to this as well. This is where you can get to the meeting easily, and it actually has our sign store, and it actually brings you right to the link. And you can order yard signs, directionals. Otherwise, if you needed like some design, I'm not sure if they have, you should have gotten like a Dropbox for all of our logos and stuff.
Yeah, I think I got that. I just don't know if it has like open house arrow sign type thing that I can, adjust to the color and size of the sign.
It should be in there. We've got, you kind of got to sort through it. We got to kind of do a little cleanup on this, but yard signs. Sometimes they are in here to be editable. Otherwise, just reach out to Francis or Jeremy. Or Jeremy, do you know who is handling the, because I know Raylan's helping on other things, but do you know who is helping with signs?
Yeah, it was there earlier. It's her name is Kara Haymaker. It's in the website.
Okay.
How do you say her name?
Yeah, there you go. There's Kara.
And then does she help with the business cards as well and everything?
Yep, she helps us full time with those.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
And then you can also log into Suite Assist right from here. This is like a general portal to be able to go where you would need to. If you're not finding something or you're having any issues, always feel free to reach out to Jeremy, Francis, or I, and we can look into it a little further for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then, yeah, Jeremy just put her information in the chat there. So then you can contact her. Those are the build a design, and then she can help you with changing anything as well. Because not a lot of people have like Photoshop or the Illustrator. So it's just easier to have that help. And then we have May and June coming up here. So we do have quite a bit of trainings that may be needed. So continuing ed, if you actually go into, oh, I'm not sharing anymore. One moment. And actually on Suite Assist, right down here at the bottom, if you click on the continuing education, it actually brings you to our CE Shop page where it looks like they're having a 25% off right now through today, actually. And you can just get any of the courses that you need. You can buy individual courses, and looks like it's stuck on the free licensing. So continuing ed, Minnesota. You can just go through here and you can either do the continuing ed requirements, or you can go through and pick your individual classes just by checking which ones you'd like. Does everyone know how to search their continuing ed transcript and everything and what they have for the year and what they still need? Jeremy's also been sending out reminders if there are people that are still needing some continuing ed, but maybe you've taken a couple courses, you don't know how many you need. The good thing about CE Shop is they're good for a year. So even if you over purchase the amount of credits you need, you can still save that for the following year.
Yes, and also to add up to what Amy had mentioned, watch out for my blast emails as well. We have like 1-day sales in regards to all those CEs and everything. For this month, we will have another big sale. I think it's 40% off on all CEs, mortgage products, and real estate. So you could use that for tomorrow. It's a 1-day sale. So I'll be putting that in the chat box for you guys to use.
Awesome. Thanks, Jeremy.
Yep.
So we had a few more people log on here. How's everyone doing today?
Hi, Amy.
Hello,
It's Mar-
Marge.
I didn't see CE Shop. I tried to find the 40% and then I couldn't find it, and I got started on mine with a different company the other day that I hadn't heard of before, but they read to you, but their reading speed is lower than my reading speed. So I don't know. I don't know if it really is helping, because you have to keep
Kinda one of
changing the
those,
slide. You can't, it
so-
isn't like 10 minutes of reading of them. It's not like having a podcast or something. It's each page you got to go to the next page. But CE Shop doesn't do any verbal, do they? Or they only?
No,
Do
I
they-
don't think they do any verbal.
think
They have
so
some
either.
videos. Otherwise it's all like I have,
Page by page.
yeah.
Okay. Well, at least I got my 3.75 done. I mean,
Yeah.
that was my Saturday night. But I was like, one of them's down, the one that's always the least fun.
Yeah, exactly. The longer ones, you're just like, oh, are we done yet?
Do we have a referral form, or does North Star have a referral form? Do you know?
Yeah, let
anybody
me share my screen here again and I will show you. So right on Suite Assist on this dashboard on the side, we have office documents. We have a lot of things on here. So right on top is the referral form. There is a PDF version, and I want to say there was a Word. Yes. So there is a PDF version and a Word document version. So you
Okay,
can just download them. You can either view them right on there,
okay, perfect.
and you can also download them with the little download button here.
So I've never even been on there before.
Okay, yeah. If you don't have your Suite Assist login, Jeremy or Francis can definitely get you logged in. This is, if you were familiar with the admin, our previous transaction, I think maybe you had a transaction coordinator, but our previous transaction software, we upgraded to the Suite Assist. So this is where you're going to be putting all your transactions in. It also has the calendar of all of our events coming up and our meetings.
I only find an email from about Suite Assist, the rollout, and Zoom. So how do we find our login, or do we, hang on a second.
Yeah, I would just
From
email,
October.
yeah, email Francis and Jeremy, and they can definitely get you
Okay.
a reset and get you all set up and in there and everything. And then yeah,
Okay.
it has all these. It has our previous trainings. So if you go into trainings, it has all the trainings on Suite Assist that they have done. It has our agent mastermind. It has a bunch of our previous videos from YouTube and everything. And then all the way down at the bottom actually has our weekly huddles in there as well.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Glad I got on here. I never followed up on that. Thanks.
And this is also a great place for an extra document signing. I know Transaction Desk is usually the easiest, but you can also load your content into here and use this signature as well. And you can also
Okay,
set up
perfect.
if you wanted direct deposit as well in here.
Okay, yeah, I've got that set up.
Perfect. Yeah, there's
Okay.
a lot of good features in here, but I mean, just the links to the continuing education, and then the other place to go is our NRG homepage, and that is able to get you either, if you have somebody that is interested in joining, this also links you to where we have all of our information about joining NRG. So if you do have someone interested and wanted to get on that referral program, then you can go here and kind of bring that up. And I think my internet's being a little slow. It was being funky this morning. So it does have all the benefits, sales growth, all of our locations. So if you're ever needing to know where a good office is near you or near a client, you can always come here, and it has all the office centers that we're associated with that you can stop in and grab one of their office. It
Okay,
even has our Florida office, our Tennessee office, and our California office as well.
perfect.
Yeah.
Is there like a list of what the offices have? Like some may have like the book making materials or the hole punchers and stuff like that.
Most of them should have that. The only thing that, because you can go on the Office Center's website, they have the locations as well. But they don't really, they have like what meeting rooms are available. But otherwise, yeah, if you just go in there, they should have most of those kind of stuff, being they are.
Yeah, and I use that enough, I mean, not for anything like you're saying, the bookmaking, but if you call, you know, get to know the one closest to you, the person closest to you, because I send over stuff to print all the time, because they print for you.
Yep.
Usually, because it's in the printers in the back. So I email stuff over to print and they have it ready. And you could, you know, ask, because the machine will do a lot of that. So if it's set up, you could have them, you know, ask for them to collate it or whatever. Might be helpful, but they've been really helpful. I really like office centers. That's a good perk to be able to go different places.
Yeah,
Neat.
they're all great. Our home location is the Edina location, obviously, and that's where we would pick up checks and everything, or any mail. So the Edina location is our main home location, but any of the office centers should be able to help. Just give a call, and they've always been really nice.
Yeah.
Perfect. How's everyone else doing? Let's hear some people say hi. Let's get some activity going here.
Hey, I had a quick question.
Yeah.
There are, you know, other places that I've worked, we've had a company-wide email in case we have a question for, you know, like, I have never heard of this before, or does anyone know, or can anyone do a showing or whatever? Do we have one of those at NRG?
Typically, I'm sorry.
Facebook page.
Yeah, we have the
Really
Facebook
should
page.
get more interactive.
Yep. And then also, typically, if you do have any questions or needs like that, a good person to reach out to is Francis. He's kind of the center of everything. So he knows where to go, or if you really need it, he could send out like a mass email like, hey, we have so-and-so needing a open house, somebody to do an open house on Friday, who is available. Please give them a call.
Sure, that makes sense. Second question. Does anyone know of someone within the organization that has incorporated by themselves?
I'm sorry, I guess I don't understand the question.
Well, as an independent agent, I could incorporate and become kind of a corporation within a corporation. I know of several people in other organizations who have done that, but I was curious to know if anyone in our organization has done that, and if there have been benefits tax-wise or whatever for them to do that.
That may be a better question for Randy. He would probably know a little bit more about that. I don't think anybody really here has, but yeah, I would just reach out to Randy and see if he knows of anybody or what benefits would be.
Now, are you talking about like being an LLC?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Because yeah, I would love the same type of, I bet there's a bunch of people that, because I've heard of the same, I've heard of a lot of real estate agents doing that. So I'd be surprised if nobody here was. Go ahead. Yeah.
I have done it in the past. I am not using my LLC for this particular thing at this time, but there can be some tax benefits. If you have a team, especially, you might want to do that. There are a lot of different ways you could do it, and your best advisor is your own accountant resource, or even talk to someone in the product services at your bank, because they could better explain what the benefits would be, and they would understand your ramifications from the IRS. And it's particularly good if you have other businesses. So you might want to have a separate LLC just for this business. In the past, it used to be advised because people would then, in effect, hire their children, for instance, to go out and spread flyers over a neighborhood or something. Most of us don't do that. We have more of our business online, and we handle more of our contacts by online methods. So we're not really using the same kind of thing. However, if you did want to hire a virtual assistant or something like that, having an LLC and treating that person as an employee might be a tax benefit. So I would say look to your own personal accountant because none of us could advise another. We don't know what your life is like and what your business is about.
Yes, very, very good, Elizabeth. Yeah, because they're gonna know they'll be able to tell you whether you should do an LLC, a corporation, the different types of structures of those different entities as well.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate it.
Good,
Yeah.
good morning. Hey, I have an LLC, but I don't have a lot of tax advantages, but what I have it do is just mitigate risk. So it protects. So if the transaction goes sideways or whatever, they can only come after what that LLC holds. So
Okay.
it's just to mitigate risk for me. I don't really save on taxes or anything, but like Elizabeth said, if you're hiring a whole team, you know, you'd be set up to do something there, S Corp or whatever you want to do.
That makes
Jeff?
sense too. Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
I have a kind of a rookie question here. So on the National Realty Guild website, there's a sign in. I haven't signed in there. Is that obviously separate than Suite Assist? Or I'm guessing I was sent some credentials at one point, but I'm not finding them.
So that's basically if you are searching for houses. So that's clients. So you can always send your clients here with your own website if you have your own website. And then that's where they get like home valuations, listings. So if like new things pop up in their area, they'll get emails. So it's more of for the seller side or buyers and seller side to
Okay.
be able
Sorry.
to kind of get those.
That's more for the clients. Okay.
Yeah. The,
So how would is that on Suite Assist how I set up a web page or?
usually our web pages are through Chime.
Okay.
And then that you can reach out to Jeremy or Francis about and they can get you set up. I do think it is a monthly extra because they have a lot of extra stuff. You can do a lot of marketing with them. They do the web pages. You can do landing pages for each one of your listings. You can do a virtual open house sign in. So then they automatically come into your feed. So there's a lot of benefits, extra benefits with Chime. I think it's normally like $200 a month if you were just to go off and get it yourself. But I think Randy has a package set up where it's a discounted rate. So yeah, I would just reach out to Francis or Jeremy and they can get you all set up.
Okay, I'll check out Chime and then get a hold of one of those guys. Thanks, Amy.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
Ian,
think, yeah.
I'm sorry. On Facebook, where do you go to post like questions for the group? You know, for NRG?
Yeah, so it should be right on there. And you, are you a part of the Facebook group?
I thought I was, so I'm going to NRG. I don't see, I see people's postings of their listings, but I don't see people posting like questions or.
Yeah, so there's the agent NRG Agent Connect. And Jeremy, if you could, thank you. He just posted the link in the group chat.
Okay,
So
okay.
if you go to that, it'll bring you to our page and then you just join group. And that's where we have, hey, I need an open house, or hey, I have this strange question, who can help me? And most of the people on there will just hop on and answer. And then otherwise, if you're not getting anywhere with the Facebook chat, then I would just reach out to Francis.
Okay, great, thanks.
Yeah. Elizabeth, did you have a question? I think I saw your hand up there for a second.
No, I was just
Okay.
going to say how you use NRG Connect. And also the fact that if you have your own website, you can connect that in various ways. So the best thing to do, I have a thing called my membership club that I use on there. So people who come into my website, for instance, can sign up with me for certain kinds of things. So you can utilize that in a variety of ways once you have it established. And then you can also send people there because, as you pointed out, you can get certain kind of information that goes directly to potential buyers or sellers. I have some special resource stuff that I will send out if it's requested, things like that.
Yeah, exactly. I was trying to bring it up here because, yeah, I have my regular web page linked to my NRG web page, and it just automatically routes everybody to my Chime. So let me try to share here. So this is my website within our website. And so then they can search wherever they want, how many bedrooms, baths, property type, and then it sets up an alert, and then they automatically get, you have updated listings in your area. So then you're kind of always getting in front of them as well, instead of having, it's kind of like a nice CRM that you're always getting in front of them, and then they can either opt in or opt out. So they do send a welcome email on the first one. And then obviously they're able to do whatever, but they can also, it also brings up a chat where you're able to communicate with them, and then they actually come into your feed as a lead as well. And the other nice feature is down on the bottom, it has all of your information. I really like Chime. I've had a lot of benefits from it, just through all the features and everything. Let me see here. I'll try to get logged in and show you a little bit on it.
Amy,
there's a
are
lot.
you using Chime as your CRM?
Yes.
And how long have you been doing that?
Since I started, I only know Chime. I've had previous businesses. I've tried like MailChimp and other CRMs, but I really, really do like the Chime. I don't
Just kind of curious, could we do like a different day type meeting or training where you go really slow, where each one of us could kind of log in and do it slow and go at the, if it took 2 hours or something, even if we had to break it into 2 episodes?
Yeah, we could probably do something like that. I'll talk with Jeremy and see when a good time to open up the room would be. Or maybe if this would be more of a in-person meeting, just because then it's more hands-on, and I can, instead of sharing with a group
Yeah,
the
I
whole
get it.
screen, that way we can kind of just go, okay, well, Dennis is having this issue, we'll help him with this issue. Mike's having this issue, we'll help him get through that issue.
Well, my whole issue with Chime is getting started with it and switching from the CRM that I've used for years over to one that I just can't seem to get it to work right for me. It just baffles me.
Yeah, there's a lot of back end setup. I did a lot of back end setup, but once it's all set up, it works really, really well for me. But everybody has their own use. So I mean, it might not work for everyone, but I personally really like it. Let me just share my screen here. This is kind of just a little teaser here, but it has all of my leads that I put in there. It can even do all of my transactions. I use Sweet Assist for my transactions, so I don't have any transactions in here. It does have a calendar feature, which has a lot of the other stuff in it, but it also syncs with my regular calendar. And then I don't have any current listings, but you can put your listings in here. And then let me see here. It has my previous listings, so I could always go in and do an open house form. So then it automatically does an open house form. I can also create promotions from it. There's just a lot of extras that, I mean, some of it you do have to pay for, like the auto promotion, but that also is boosting it to whatever you have it connected to. So I have it connected to my Facebook. I have it connected to my Instagram, a lot of different things. You can also run campaigns through there directly. So you can get extra buyer leads, seller leads, and everything else. And then you can also link to your website. So then if you needed to change anything on your website, or you wanted to see your activity on your website, you can see that as well. That's why I linked it there. And my bar is right in my way here. Hold on. And then there's also other apps. So if you do use like other apps, it does link to other apps. I know it links to Zapier, which is a really big thing that you can link to a bunch of other apps. There's this listings to leads as well. And that is also a way to get some extra social marketing, media marketing and everything else. But yeah, there's a lot of things you can add on, like the MailChimp, but I mean, it all kind of does it for you. Trying to find, yeah, there's so much that you can go into on Chime that that's why I pay for the extra, but otherwise we should probably, I can talk to somebody about probably having an in-person meeting on that, just because it'd be easier to handle everyone's specific problems kind of going around with their computers, and then making sure everybody's in and everything.
That would be great. Thanks, Amy.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Amy. Say, I was just backtracking a little bit. I was trying to do two things at once, do the meeting and look and transfer my CE and stuff. And I was looking at Jeremy's past email and it doesn't show, who do we send the CE transcript to?
Jeremy? Would you be
Yeah.
able to?
Yeah,
implement that?
automatic. I know the CE shops or any how do you call it? Like a CE shop, they forward it
No,
to
no, no,
commerce.
no. I'm saying, who do we send our CE transcript from? You know, we can copy it, or, you know, right now I have it saved in a PDF so that I can put it in an email and send it to who at the office.
I don't think I've received any CEs or something.
Oh, send it to you?
Well,
No,
I don't,
no,
yeah, I don't think so.
no.
We don't keep records of, your CEs.
It goes right to Paul's portal and they get copied
Yes.
on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
So
an
everything-
automatic.
Yeah, I know the CE shop, like the CE shop, they report it right away to commerce and have it, like someone said, it's in Pulse portal, automatic,
So-
it's in there.
So I was used to turning it into my old broker and then
Oh.
they'd pay from there, you know, after they saw that I, you know, or I'd send them, you know. So do you guys pay the re-up fees for us automatically, or we don't have to do anything if we're good? Is that what I'm understanding?
Was there any fee? Maybe your office just charged one because of the hassle.
I want
Yeah,
to say, is it
you
like
know, like-
$20 renewal fees? How much are the renewal fees, Jeremy?
No,
It's around $90 from last year, I believe so, if I can remember. Around 90 or around that.
So do we still pay that? Do you, how does that
Yes.
work?
Are you talking about the renewals, Dennis?
Yeah,
Oh, it's once every 2 years. So I'm not really sure if you're up for renewal. I could check and see, and I could get back to you. But anyway, going back to that, it's once every 2 years for renewal, and I will be sending reminders and notifications regarding that if you're up for renewal and how much that costs, and I'll do the renewal for you.
so you guys pay the renewal, or I pay you and then you pay it? How does that work?
Oh, you pay.
Okay,
Yeah, my last company, I paid my last company and then they paid the state or whatever. So it's same,
Oh, okay.
same difference.
Yeah, and to check that, you just go to the pulseportal.com. That I
yeah.
was,
Yeah, check, like I said, we always printed it off and sent it in with our check or our credit card, and then they'd take care of it. So I didn't know how we transpire to take care of that early, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, they have a way, they run checks all the time on the brokerage, so they know who still needs 4 hours of training, and they'll reach out to those people. Or if you're not seeing anything, you're good to go. They
So,
really
like-
send it out
so-
when you're needing things.
So like, this is my second year, so I pay Jeremy then, right? And then he pays it for me. Is that what I'm gathering?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
correct.
Jeremy will take a look into it and then probably get to you and see
No,
what all you
I,
need.
I know this is my second year. I'm
Okay.
pretty good at tracking it. So, but I know it's also, I believe, my daughter's first year. I'll have to look at that real quick. She's in the first year of the 2-year, I think. But then, so she doesn't have to do anything in her first year except make sure she has the 15 hours. Is that what I'm
Yeah, it
gathering?
would be whatever's on there. If you know all of her information, being her dad and everything, you should be able to just go to Paul's portal, and if you wanted to look that up, you just need to know, let's see here, last name, license number, and social.
Yeah, yeah.
And you'd be able to look that up.
Yeah, I'm just clarifying that the first year we don't have to do anything. The second year we get with Francis and pay the fee. Is that what I'm gathering?
The first year, when you're a brand new agent, all you
No,
have to
no,
do is the required. All you have to do is the required the first year. There's
No,
like,
I always call it first year, second year, the training period portion
oh,
is what I'm saying.
okay. Yeah, 15 hours, just like normal.
But I don't have to pay any fees, or she doesn't have to pay any fees. It's just the second year we get with Jeremy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
as
fees
long as
the
it's not
first
your
year.
first year altogether, because you
Yep.
have that first year where you have the 1 year, and then it's every 2 years after that.
Okay, Amy, so you're saying we don't have to do anything, we just wait for a bill from Jeremy, right?
He will be communicating whether you have requirements and everything, and then it'll say your upcoming renewal, and then Jeremy, is that correct? Where you'll reach out when
Yeah.
they're being rebilled back?
Yeah, actually, everyone will be receiving, if they're up for renewal, everyone will be receiving those notifications from Commerce. I do the reinforcement, so I'll call you guys, I'll text you, I'll email you for, if you're up for renewal. Does that answer the question, or?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, for me, it's like, okay, like I already finished all my classes, so I'm just waiting for a bill from you to pay for the renewal fee. I don't pay the state. You do, right? So I just wait for a bill from you. Is that how it works? I just want to make sure it gets paid. Do I pay, or do I just wait for a bill from you, or?
For me, it should be coming from, like I said, all the dues and the what you call it, the renewal fees and all should be coming from Commerce. I do the reminder.
Oh, okay. So I should get a bill from the Minnesota site then?
Yep. You'll be receiving an email from Commerce regarding renewals.
Can you tell us when that'll, even if it's covered at the next meeting, can you tell us when that'll come to us? Or if we can go somewhere to pay it early?
I think I received that email, and you can start paying the dues for renewal. You still have until June the 30th if you're up for it. I could check. I don't have the list yet.
Yeah, I just looked again, and my daughter's in her second year anyhow, so we're both the same year, which is nice.
Really?
But,
Oh, okay.
But then, it's like, if I can pay that ahead of time, that way, things get hectic at the wrong
Exactly.
times, and I don't want to have to
Of course.
be like, oh my gosh, in June or July, paying a fee.
Yeah,
So I
as
did-
what Amy had shown here, they're now starting to send emails, for renewals if you're up for it. So yeah, as early as now, they're suggesting
my
to
one
pay it
from
or
last
sell
year.
it. Yep. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
But I received the same email for this year as well. So they're accepting as early as now until June the 3rd, June 15th, actually.
Can you forward us an email, or, resend that email that you
Yeah,
got?
of
Because
course. I'll send
I don't
their
think I
blast
got
email.
that.
Yep. Okay.
Thank you.
If you haven't
this is just
received
my
any,
email from my renewal last year.
Yeah.
So I was getting emails renew.
And maybe because I transferred it from a different brokerage, I never got those in the past when I was with the other brokerage. So
okay.
maybe because I was with somebody that they took care of it, they don't have me on the right list or something. I don't know.
Okay. Let me check on that, Dennis.
Thank you.
Yep. Welcome.
Yeah, I was getting the emails from Jeremy, and then the Commerce sends it out to you as well. And the Commerce Department is actually also sending out real estate license continuing education reminders. I actually just got one on the 3rd of April hey, your education requirement is due before June 30th, because I'm still in my first year, so we have to split those 15 and 15 up between the 2 years. You can't just kind of do it all at the end. So I still have a couple classes that I do need to take. So it did send me the reminder, hey, you still have a couple classes. You might want to log in and see what you need to do.
Well, you can take like 30 hours the first year and then just your CE that's required for the yearly training the next year if you wanted to.
Okay, yeah, I would have to look into that, but I know that you have to do at least 15 within that first year of your renewal.
Yep.
All great questions today. Any other questions?
Oh, I have a questions.
Yeah.
Yes, does NRG has a program like a rating my agent after your transaction done, or feedback programs that we can post it online, or
Yeah, I'm sure we do. Is that the Bluebird, Jeremy?
So where's the link, or we can send this link to our clients. They can feedback, put a rating 5 stars, 10 stars. Then it's a good, it's a good way to promote ourselves.
Yep, it's through Bird Eye. Everyone has access to it. If you don't yet, was that Amy? Another
Yes.
Amy? Oh, okay.
Yes.
I can send you a link to reset your password, and you should be able to get in within today. I'll send it right away. And you can send ratings, you can send what do you call it, reviews and whatnot, and comments if you want. So yes,
Yeah.
through Bird Eye, and I'll send you the link and your access to it in a while.
Sounds great. And those links will be posted to the public, or just to keep in our our groups?
It could be public. It's all in the website or the site, the Bird Eye, so you'll be able to check it out and see how it should be made public or should be just within the group.
And another question is, because right now I did have some ratings in the past few years. Can we link together, or I have to do again?
You have in the past?
Yes, there's another. Use another website or the link that's reading my agent in the past 5 or 6 years. I don't know.
Right,
we
right.
have to. Yes. So we can we link those reviews
Yeah.
feedback together?
That's a great question. Let me get back to you. I'll need to check on that. Need to see, if you'll be able to link that, previous app that you used before and put in Bird Eye. I need to check with Bird Eye management and see if that's possible.
Great. Thank you.
Welcome. Yep.
And maybe if we have enough interest, maybe we'll do a training on the Bird Eye, if we do have a few people that are interested. Otherwise, yeah, if you're just wanting to get on there, I would just suggest reaching out to Francis or Jeremy, and they'll be able to get you all set up and everything.
Yep.
If we're doing like a plug and stuff like that, I'm interested in learning. So the other thing that just wanted to bring up, if you find out that you can link referrals or references from other people and stuff like that, if we could send something out to everybody, because like a year ago and stuff like that, I was part of a meeting that there was like 50, 60 people, and everybody was saying that you cannot link those things. But if there's a way, please let everybody know.
Perfect. Yeah, Jeremy will look into that, and we'll probably just have a mass email go out.
Cool.
And then we had a question on the chat. with the new system in place, if you reach out to Jeremy or Francis, they'll be able to let you know how much it is for the chime page. And then, yeah, we can get you all set up and get you getting billed for that and get you all set up. Another thing that I do, just because I search for a bunch of free ways of doing things. I joined a bunch of Facebook groups for housing, like Minnesota Housing, for rent sale, a lot of groups online. That is a good way to advertise. Just make sure you're reading the group rules and making sure that you can post your listings and everything. I've actually gotten a lot of my sales from postings on Facebook because the kind of the crowd that's buying right now is in Facebook and all over Facebook. So if you do that, a lot of agents are on that. They may have clients that are, hey, I need that house, but that you may not reach them other ways. I usually join Facebook groups for the area that I'm listing in as well. So then I can post it there. So just regular people can see those listings as well and bring it to their agent. Just make sure you're following the advertising rules and everything. Any other questions about any systems or anything we'd like to see implemented, or any issues anybody's having?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. I do not have a password that works for Suite Assist. To whom would I speak about getting that set up correctly?
Yeah, if you send an email to Jeremy and I, we can make sure everything's working good for you. I know we had an issue with someone the other day, so we can kind of, it might be like may need to use a different browser or clear your cache or cookies. But with these login issues, it's easier to just reach out directly to either Francis, Jeremy, or I. And we can look into it on a case-by-case basis, because then we can kind of see what's going on with yours and why you're having those issues.
I think part of it might be that my eFuller at nrgrealtor.com does not work.
Okay, yeah, I would reach out to Francis and Jeremy about that as well. They're the ones who handle those systems, and can look into seeing if there's like some sort of block or something going on there, or what's going on with those. And they
Great,
can also
I'll do
look
that.
into
I'll
helping.
do that later today. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, and then if you needed to switch an email address, they'd be able to look into that and get you all taken care of.
Hi, this is Shannon Shrub here. I have a new potential seller appointment this week, and I was just wondering if we have any listing packets or any anything that might contain extra information, like a seller checklist or like some important information to make the seller feel prepared for kind of the process. I'm wondering if we have something that's already prepared, or if anyone would be willing to share what they have. Just kind of trying to make sure I'm really prepared for this appointment. So
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, there's kind of a generic one on Suite Assist. Otherwise I kind of just use my own, because generally, depending on if it's a townhome, rural property, commercial property, multifamily, single family,
sure.
there's different things that you would need. There's a general, you need the buyer's agent agreement, the seller's agent, the listing contract, the agency relationships. So there's the few that you need for sure.
Okay.
But depending on the listing type and where it is, it's just kind of more of a research. I kind of just have this cheat sheet. I'll put my email in the chat here if you wanted to reach out, and I can kind of
Awesome.
out.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Shannon. Any other last minute questions, comments? I did notate everything that we kind of want to hear about, so we'll kind of get started on getting those worked into the schedule here and kind of go from there. But otherwise, any last minute questions, comments, concerns? We got about 9 minutes left here, so.
Yeah, this goes for everyone, I believe, and also going back to Dennis and Caitlin's concern earlier regarding their license renewal. So when you guys were talking, I was checking Paul's portal and checking Dennis's and Caitlin's CE. So they're done with it. So all you need to do is just wait for Commerce email if they're up for renewal. I checked the license and you'll be receiving from them. I'm not sure, but any moment now they'll be receiving emails about the fees. But as far as the license renewal is concerned about paying, historically you should be receiving emails from me regarding the renewal, and I'll be the one collecting credit cards to make the payment. Does that make sense?
Okay, so
Yeah,
we,
so once again, you're telling me I really don't have to do anything, but just wait for you to tell me when to pay.
That's correct. Yes, sir.
And then I pay you and then you pay them.
Correct. Yep. I'll be collecting the cards. I'll pay them in false.
okay. So I'll just wait for an email from you.
Yep. Exactly.
Thanks.
Welcome. Yep.
Perfect. We have any other questions, or we might wrap it up a few minutes early here, but otherwise I don't want to cut anybody off if they had any questions or anything they'd like to say.
Go ahead, Elizabeth. You're on mute.
We can't hear you, Elizabeth.
Oh, I just said that I have to leave because I have an appointment, but I appreciate everybody's participation. I'm glad to see we're growing this, and it should be even better in the future. So thanks a lot.
Yep, we're working in progress.
You're welcome.
Very good. Well, everyone have a wonderful day. We'll just wrap it up a little early here, and hopefully we're going to have a mass email go out to see if anybody wants to cover those certain topics. Otherwise, we'll kind of get something in the mix for all the other things that we discussed today.
Have a
Thanks,
great
everyone.
week, everyone.
Yep, have a great week. Thank you.
Everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Amy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good day.
Have a great day.